Solar Flares hit Radio Memphis. The title track to Stereo Alley here on this Tuesday. It's the 3rd of May. It's about 20 minutes after the top of the hour.
Ooh. Hey, you know what tomorrow is?
What? It's tomorrow, the 4th of May.
It is.
Yeah, we can order the fucking cereal with the orange juice.
We can get the orange juice cereal.
Yeah,
that's
screw that Star Trek thing. Screw all that.
May the 4th. May the cereal with OJ be with you.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm excited about that.
Well, you should be, by God.
I've been talking about it all week. Since last week, I've been talking about it.
Uh-huh. You should be.
It's on my calendar,
You
damn it.
should be thrilled. You really...
Orange juice cereal, orange juice cereal. I don't know that I should be that excited about it, but...
I know it's the whole Star Wars thing tomorrow, whatever.
It is, but I'm anxious to see what this crappy cereal
And Star Wars is dead
like.
to me. I mean, nobody hates Star Wars more than a Star Wars fan. And that's true. It really is. Unpopular opinion, the whole saga ended at episode 6. That's it. There's no more. You got 6 films.
And my favorite one will always be episode 3. What is it, 3 or 4? New Hope?
4. 3 was a prequel.
Right. Yeah.
Empire Strikes Back was 5.
Right.
That was a good film. Yeah.
And it was. Mm-hmm. But it's not just because there was just something magical about that first one.
Well, of course it was, and it was such an innocent thing.
It was,
you know, and it's just a horse opera in space. That's all it is.
No, that's exactly what it is. It's a western in space. It is,
and you got a little, the intrigue of a princess and all of that stuff that goes with it, and the royalty.
Fantastic,
it is. Yeah, oh, absolutely. That's what it was. Then that's what it's going to be, and so be it. Mm-hmm. The only other thing that they did outside of the 6 films that was actually kind of interesting was the film Rogue One. And really, it's only the last 5 minutes that are worth a shit, quite frankly. And it's what happens because it picks up where Darth Vader gets a hold of Leia and her ship, and you see it from his perspective. Mm-hmm. And he's a badass coming down that hallway. Yeah, it's really cool. Oh yeah, I mean, but that was it. All the other
have you watched any of the offshoot?
No,
none of the series.
Nope, none of them.
I have, and I have to say, I'm really impressed.
I've heard great things about Mandalorian.
Mandalorian is fantastic.
Yeah,
Boba Fett, fantastic.
Yeah.
And, of course, the thing that I find kind of cool about those is the fact that Jon Favreau is involved with them.
Oh, sure.
And I guess it was about, 18, 20 years ago.
Right.
I was talking to my agent about auditioning for something, and she said, hey, your long hair would be great for this. They're making all kinds of comic book movies now. Mm-hmm. And I was like, what? This is before a bunch of them were out.
Right.
And I think they were working on Sin City at the time.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, wow, they're doing a film of Sin City, far out. And I started talking to some friends about this, and I thought, well, all the guys that grew up reading comic books are old enough, and the ones that make the money in the entertainment business that read comic books want to see them come to life.
Right.
So Jon Favreau is one of those guys who, was a comic book fan and wanted to see these things happen, in live action. Sometimes they screw them up. Sometimes they don't.
Well, I know that my opinion on the Star Wars thing is kind of in the minority. I know there's people that agree with me, but at the same time, yeah. However,
I'm not sure it's in the minority.
I think that part of the problem, at least for me, it is. And first of all, I could give a shit. It's just these are just movies.
They're movies.
That's all.
That's right.
They're not going to set the world
Change
on their ear. No,
right.
There's none of that. When Uncle George sold it, right, and it became a Disney thing, and there was all this hesitation about it. Everyone was on the verge of it. It's like, I get it. I mean, there's a lot of money that was
Right.
there.
Oh, yeah.
George
yeah.
made a shit ton,
Sure he did.
as did Kathleen. You know,
Yeah,
they made
yeah.
a lot of money out of this, and Kathleen kind of stayed on. She kind of went with the property, and you know, George is sitting back, and he's doing what he's doing. He has voiced his disappointment about it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Because he had written episodes 7, 8, and 9. They didn't use them.
Those weren't his?
No, those were not his. Those were J.J. Abrams and company. And that's what upset a lot of the people that feel the way I do, is that why did all of a sudden J.J. Abrams get involved in this whole thing? Because
In writing it. Yeah.
And, well, he fucked everything. I can't stand his work.
Wasn't that
He
Lost?
could be
was Lost?
Lost was his.
Yeah, they did great until the end.
They painted themselves into a corner.
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
Wasn't Firefly his? Now, if that was, he did good with that.
No, that was Joss Whedon.
Joss Whedon. Okay, so there you go. So J.J. Abrams is still on the hook. You know, he's probably a very nice guy, and he seems affable enough, but his work I'm not a fan of. And then all of a sudden, in the middle of all of this with Star Wars, here comes his twist on Star Trek.
Right.
And
with all the flair.
Oh my God. And he did say something pretty funny about that. He goes, yeah, even my wife said, back off the flare, dude.
You had told me that, so I went and looked it up, and it's funny to hear him talk about it.
Yes.
Yeah, she was like,
no.
You got to stop with that.
Yeah, that's
too
not
much.
good. No. And the story really wasn't all that great. I think it was more of a vanity thing for him to have done all of that. But by God, I saw the episode 7 of Star Wars, and I was way disappointed because there'd been leaks and stories of the scuttlebutt of what Lucas wanted, and then now after this last one, 9, the fans had enough.
Yeah,
me included, and there was a petition that was circulating. Hire George Lucas to do those 3 films again,
with script,
his story, his direction, or let him hire a director for this, and tell the story that way. I mean, I remember the prequels getting a lot of heat, deservedly so. In some cases, they were episodes 1, 2, and 3. They were a bit weird.
They were,
but in retrospect, they're not bad at all.
Well, not compared to 6,
7, 8, and 9,
or 7, 8, and 9. At least. Yeah.
No, there was this whole thing about Luke becoming a Darth, a Sith dude. He was going to go all into the dark side.
Really?
Oh yeah, and then
going deep.
And it's supposed to, from my understanding, that it was supposed to end with him basically repeating the sins of the father, and him being, in essence, rescued from it. And that was sort of the point of all of this.
So he wasn't going deep undercover?
It wasn't anything like that.
Okay.
It was that he was going to be swayed by that. I think a lot of that was motivated by his sister, maybe. I'm not sure exactly how that happened, but or what the plan was. But it were vastly different stories as opposed to all of a sudden, some Middle Earth characters show up and they're all riding around on horses. What the hell was all of that?
Yeah.
And whatever that gigantic thing was.
Which episode are you talking about?
I don't know. And Adam Driver, what the hell?
You didn't like him?
What is he? What is he in these films? What purpose does he serve? And then Rey, she was lovely and all, but
he's Darth.
Darth whom?
When he Darth Vader?
Vader?
No. Wait, Adam Driver.
He's a bad guy. He's the guy that kills Han Solo.
Oh, yeah.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah. Wait.
He's the son of Han and Leia.
That's right. I kind of blanked out the last 3.
Yeah,
movies.
everybody did.
I really did. I remember the first
scene
6,
on the bridge where Han gets
kills
killed.
Han, yeah.
And that was done specifically at the orders of Harrison Ford because he wanted out.
Yeah. Kill me.
He wanted that to happen in episode 6.
Yes.
He was desperate for it.
Right. Mm-hmm. I belong in the museum. Get me out of here.
He kind of does, really. There again. But no, I mean, it's just, I know, look, it's dumb. There's so many other things in the world to be worried about, and that's not one of them. And it's just my opinion. That's all, I don't care. I don't know if there's other films behind this or not. I mean, aside from the spinoff stuff, the Han Solo film, I understand. Solo was just suckfest.
No, it was fun.
Was it really?
Yeah, I went to see that. It was fun.
Was it really?
It really was fun.
Wasn't that, didn't Opie direct that one?
Did he?
I think he did. I think
that was Ron Howard.
I think
that directed.
It wasn't done in sepia tone, oddly enough. I think it was. And Ron's a good director. I mean,
no, I like Ron Howard. I like his directing.
I thought he directed it. I didn't care enough to really give a shit.
I liked that, and the two series that I've seen are Mandalorian and I've seen some of the cartoon, the animated series, which I kind of like.
Well, it turned into straight up money grab at that point. I mean, not that
baseballs, the lunchbox. I mean, come on. He spells it out right there.
Yes, he does. Yeah, he does. Yeah, you're right. There you go. My opinion only.